Suswagatam, Suswagatam, Suswagatam. All dignitaries, invited guests, delegates, scholars, fellow academicians and professionals. I, Dr. Vivek Murlidhar Chaudhary, Associate Professor, Department of Dravyagun, Sumatibai Shah Ayurved Mahavidyalaya, Pune, and Dr. Sonia Dahat, Assistant Professor, Department of Rachna Sharir, Bhima Shankar Ayurved College, on behalf of the organizing committee, welcomes you to the 5th National Conference by Ayurveda Teachers Association, co-hosted by Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Nashik. Ayurveda Teachers Association, which includes teachers from all sectors of Ayurveda, like private, government-aided, government and deemed university colleges from all over India. We are now connected with around 20,000 teachers and about 1 lakh students. The chief aim of our association is to work for the welfare of Ayurveda, Ayurveda education, and Ayurveda teachers.
Your immense response to our previous 4 national conference on quality education, research in Ayurveda, updates in Ayurveda, and evidence-based Ayurveda has made them milestone in our journey. Today, the world is evolving very fast. While embracing the latest technological advancement, Ayurveda and our other Indian medicine system, though are very ancient, but they are far ahead in the patient's treatment. Now it's a need of ours to allow the interference of our knowledge to latest technology and carve the path of future for well-being of the humankind. Hence, today's 5th National Conference is based on Future of Ayurveda 2050. In this conference, we will have eminent speakers sharing their knowledge and views about future of Ayurveda in forthcoming 3 decades on below topics: Future of Ayurveda Academia 2050, Future of Ayurveda Research 2050, Future of Ayurveda Industries 2050, Future of Ayurveda Practice 2050. The paper, poster, and thesis presentation in offline mode will be conducted simultaneously, and the felicitation ceremony of the awards will be conducted after all the sessions.
Now we are going to start for the first session, Future of Ayurveda Academia 2050. To proceed further, we invite Dr. Aparna Sole and Dr. Samadhan Patil, the session in charges for this part of the conference. Dr. Aparna Sole Madam is Associate Professor in Kai Chikitsa in Ashtanga Ayurved College, Pune. She is also Ayurved Teachers Association Maharashtra State Secretary. Dr. Samadhan Patil sir is an Assistant Professor in Department of Rachna Sharir, Government Ayurveda College, Baramati. So I request to the session coordinators, please commence the session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to all present here for ETACON 2023 in the 5th National Conference. I am Dr. Samadhan Patil, working as an Assistant Professor at Government Ayurved College, Baramati in Rachna Sharir Department. It's an honor to be here today as the coordinator for this session. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of our distinguished guests, faculty members, and fellow students who have gathered here today. Your presence makes this event even more special, and I am grateful to have each and every one of you here. Today, we have come together to celebrate the 5th National Conference of ATA on Future of Ayurveda 2050. This occasion brings us all together to showcase our achievements, exchange ideas, and most importantly, to make Ayurveda global. As a member of ATA, I have always considered this to be a hub of innovation, creativity, and growth. ATA conference provides us with a platform to showcase our talents, learn from one another, globalization of Ayurveda, and to come together as an Ayurveda community. I am sure that this conference will be a day filled with excitement and adds new learning and knowledge about the future of Ayurveda. So without further addition, let's get started today's first session. Now I would like to request Dr. Aparna ma'am to introduce our speaker, chairperson, and co-chairperson.
Good morning all. For today's this session, we have speaker as Dr. B.S. Prasad sir. We have chairperson Dr. Sujata Kadam madam, So I request Chairperson Dr. Sujata Kadam Madam to please come on the stage and grace the stage. Dr. Kadam Madam is Dean of All India Institute of Ayurveda, Goa. Also, she is the former Dean of All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. And she was former HOD of Stree Rog Prasuti Tantra at All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. Welcome, Madam, as a chairperson for this session. Our second chairperson for this session is Dr. Surya Kiran Wagh sir. I request Wagh sir to please come on the stage and grace the stage as a chairperson. Dr. Wagh sir is professor and head of the department of Kaya Chikitsa at Yashwanta Ayurveda Medical College, Kodoli. Also, he is the former member of CCIM, New Delhi. Welcome, Wagh sir. For this session, we have chairperson as Dr. Mohan Joshi sir. I request Dr. Mohan Joshi sir to please come on the stage and grace the stage as co-chairperson of this session. Dr. Joshi sir is head of the department of Samhita Siddhanta department at Tiyak Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya, Pune. He has more than 23 years of teaching experience, and he is also the coordinator of NCISM Curriculum Committee. I welcome all the dignitaries on the stage, and we will begin the today's session. For the today's session, we have speaker Dr. B.S. Prasad sir. Dr. Prasad sir is President, Board of Ayurveda, NCISM. Also, he is the former Dean, Principal and Director of KLE University, Belgaum. I request Dr. Prasad sir to please start his session. Dr. Prasad sir is going to be live in this session online.
Anyway, at the outset, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. At the outset, let me thank Dr. Kirti, who was instrumental arranging this program, and she is keen that I must be present in this conference. But due to my emergency meeting, which has cropped up for today's evening to 4 o'clock, I have one meeting at Ahmedabad, so I have to leave early. So I could not able to come for the one. Otherwise, along with Dr. Sujata Madam, we planned actually to come to Pune and then we traveled together, not able to materialize. Is it clear for me? Yes, sir. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, no, okay. Then the respected chairperson, Dr. Sujata Kadam, and Dr. Wagh, and Dr. Mohan Joshi. And it gives me pleasure actually I could have met all of them. All of them are my well-wishers and good friend of mine. And we were working together. And it's again good occasion, could have been come there actually. Anyway, so I'll be talking on the future of the academics, the 2050, which is even for this also I must compliment the entire team who was instrumental in planning a 2050 in the very fast changing days. It is very appropriate to plan 2050 and able to organize this conference. I must compliment all of you. And let me share my slides. Is it visible slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Move this. The future of Ayurveda academics and academia 2050. And then is well known saying Kalohi Parinamuchite means change or modification is the nature of their time. Maybe we take a day and night or seasons or years or yugas or the human life or any plant life, a fruit, whatever it may take. There is always a change or modification. That is the nature of the principle of the nature going on changing modifications. Same way our medical system, education also. And before we talk about the future 2050, how it is going to be there, let us have a look at the past, what happened in the past, how it was chronology developed it, so that we can get some idea how we can be there tomorrow. When you see the medical practices in Ramayana and Mahabharata, we have plenty of medical practices available in Ramayana and even Mahabharata also. Especially consider infertility, because I belongs to that specialty. I always take the examples of concerned infertility. So in that case, Ramayana, there was a Putrakameshti Yaga was there. So it was almost Daivapasya Chikitsa was there. When come to Mahabharata, we have all artificial infertility techniques are all being developed there. Technology, most technology. Birth of Pandavas is artificial insemination of donor insemination, birth of Pandavas. Birth of Kauravas, separation of totipotent cells and then incubating them to a single viable fetus. So totipotent cells, each cell is capable of developing a single viable fetus. So that way, those stage, they were separated and incubated, so they got 100 babies, the Kauravas were there. And similarly, Vichitra Virya, he was actually cloned. Your somatic cell was taken and he was cloned. So when we see the Ramayana time, there was the Daivapasya Chikitsa was prevalent, and when come to Mahabharata time, they're all technology based, the treatments were evolved there. So that way there is a lot of a shift in the treatment approach was there when you see Ramayana to Mahabharata. Similarly, when you look at documentation, that Vedic period, we have the memorization. There was no written document that time. His oral transmission was there in the Vedic time. And then later on it became a documentation. We have a lot of things are there. Now we got the cloud storage. We don't know tomorrow what could be evolved there for the storage. So likewise, a lot of change happened in the during course of time when you even for the documentation process. Similarly, the administration, come to Ayurveda when you say in 1995, because once it was Ayurveda was very peak, it was well bloomed system was there, and later on it was destroyed. It has lost its glory. Everything has lost it, and again we have started connecting our dots. What all the destroyed dots which are available here and there, they're all connecting. We started connecting in 1995. ISMH has formulated with the government of India, and which has developed into Department of Ayush in 2003, and later on we have brought a ministry in 2014. So that way, when you see a lot of changes, metamorphosis all happens, as it told, Kalohi Paranam Uchyati. The time will brings a lot of changes in the every aspect of the life. Similarly here, Daivapasya Chikitsa is there, then Yukti Vipasya Chikitsa, then herbal medicines, they started using all herbal medicines, and then they are not happy with the speed of action of the herbal medicines. Then they invented minerals and metals, which are very fast acting, no expiry dates for them, no taste, etc. So they were invented. And now again we are going back to one step ahead. Now extracts are newer dosage forms, maybe Kshiravalla capsules, Swarnabindu Prashin drops, etc. Likewise, we are going for newer dosage forms now. So when you see even the usage, the medical practices or the concept, the usage of the medicines, the change is happening time to time. Coming to medical education, these are the medical practices which we have seen some examples. Medical education, once it was in Gurukula system was there. Now Kulaguru system, we have developed a Kulaguru system. Gurukula system means there is a Gurukul where the Guru was there, the students were there, the residential program. They will be teaching all the life skills also along with the education. And then there is no hard and fast rule that which year syllabus is complete, that one. Sorry. Whenever a Guru feels is Guru feels is satisfied, then he will give the degree or he will say qualified, you can go ahead. Likewise, it was going on. Now we have come into the Kulaguru system where there is university system of education, where the vice chancellor, registrar, and then we have a year-wise course curriculum system. Differently, we have evolved into this system, Gurukula to Kulaguru system. And here, maybe day scholar system also there, Russian system also there, and the teacher, the student relationship is a little different between the Gurukula to Kulaguru system here. And when there was Ashtanga Ayurveda was in practice, that time we are being taught Ashtanga Ayurveda, 8 specialties of Ayurveda. The difference between that and this time is, now we have 14 departments. It was Ashtanga Ayurveda, 8 specialties are there, and now we have 14 departments. And again, Ashtanga Ayurveda, there was no common UG. Starting from, they will be joining a specialty only. Charaka School of Thought, Susta School of Thought, Wagner School of Thought, or Agada School of Thought. Likewise, they will be joining a specific branch starting from the 0 day onwards. Day 1 onwards, they will be taught the respective speciality. But now in the Kuluguru system, we have the 14 departments evolved it. Further, we have common undergraduate program. We are combining all specialities. Maybe you take Aichikicha, Shalya, Shalakya, Prasuti, Kaumar Bhutya, or the Agatantra, everything is a common UG. And then PG, specialty PGs are there. So there is a major difference shift happened from the Ashtanga Ayurveda to now present system of post-graduation, speciality. There was no common UG at that time, but here we have common UG, then post-graduation, respective speciality. So that the total shift has happened in the medical education also. If you think of Samhita as a pedagogy, as a instructional media, Samhitas, Charaka, Sushruta, Vagbhata, if you see, the three I have given here. Charaka, for example, take Sarirasthana, he kept the 4th chapter. That means he is teaching Sutasthana first, then Nidhanasthana, then Vimana, then Sharira. That means maybe after 4th year, 5th year, 6th year, he was used to teaching the Sharirasthana there. Whereas Sushruta, he brought forward. The 3rd chapter came in Sharirasthana. And when he came to the Ashtanga, he became 2nd chapter, Sharirasthana 2nd chapter. And Charaka and Sushruta, they taught Nidhana before Sharirasthana, but the Vagbhata made Nidhanasthana after Sharirasthana. So that way, there is again the metamorphosis happening in the education system itself, the order of teaching itself is a pedagogy. Between the acharyas themselves, they are having some difference of the opinions are different. They have experimental themselves only, which is that to be taught first, which is to be shifted later, etc. That way, we can see the major change in the changes in the education system. Then where do Ayurveda education stand today? So let us review what is today's position, then we can plan for tomorrow's. So now presently NCSM is working at, what we are doing is, we are aiming at 2030. We conducted a survey. So what all we require in 2030, we identified and we conducted a survey, and then what are the inputs given, they're all collected, summarized it, and then the curriculum and even the MSc, minimum standards of education, which were brought out 2020 February month, 2022 February month. This contains majorly because of the feedback we got from all the stakeholders. With that, we aimed for 2030, and then we framed the MSc for 2022, aiming 2030. So what we did in that one is, we aligned with the NEP also. So though NEP has paired Ayurveda or medical education out of the purview of the NEP, medical and law education, they kept aside. And then, but we have tried to align the NEP as far as possible. So NEP 2020, we also made we have the interdisciplinary education, we brought out electives. So likewise, we have got the major changes in the education system also. Then introduction competency-based education. So this is the first time in history of our education system we brought out. I must appreciate the efforts of Mohan Joshi, who is sitting as a co-chair today. He is very instrumental in designing the competency-based medical education, or we can say outcome-based medical education. He totally designed that one, and all of you people has experienced the first year, which has now recently given the examinations also, and now second year syllabus is out. All of you might have gone through, or some people are going through it, which has brought a lot of changes we brought out. Yeah, I have to appreciate his efforts in bringing out this competency-based medical education in Ayurveda. Then the proportion of theory to activity-based learning, 1:2. So what happens when even I also observed it as a UG and PG, and then all the education as the teacher also. And we have a lot of seriousness in the education. There is no enjoyment, or the stress-free education is not there. A lot of stress is there in our education system. And we dump information which may not be useful for the course of the course or program. For example, undergraduates. We are aiming undergraduates as a clinical practitioners, general practitioners. We want them as practitioners. But how much of the content what we kept in the syllabus is really useful to mold them, or to make them, to shape them into a clinician? So that's a big question. But most of the times teachers never bother about it.
and then everything they wanted to give the information. See, that way it is called information-based education, not the knowledge-based education or skill-based education. So to overcome this issue, we brought out theory to activity-based learning. Not only practicals, activity-based learning. It may be a group activity, it may be a problem-based learning, likewise role play. So many things can be done as per the topic, which topic require which type of training. So that can be given here. So in that way, we brought out the theory to activity-based learning 1:2. So 1 hour theory you teach and 2 hours you perform the activity. It may be practical, it may be clinical, it may be role play, it may practice anything, it can be done it. So that way, and it will be a stress-free also. Whenever the students are actively involved in the education process, so they will not be feel stress also. So this way, this is a major change. We will be able to bring it out and has given very good feedback and results also. And we are seeing now how the students are involved in the education process. And then we introduced edutainment. That means you learn with fun. You do a role play or you do some activity, actions, and then learn it. So that is one of the major change, major new introduction we did it, edutainment. Then also library hours, recreation, and physical education in regular timetable itself. We have specified weekly 1 hour physical education and monthly 1 hour recreation. As I told, the students has to stress-free, and sports and recreation activities are the very important activities which we neglected in medical education. We always make a very serious education we made it. So sports are totally taken back step now. Sports is very important, physical activity. And so then recreation also so important. As Vega Dharana we say, Vega Dharana, Adharani Vegas also there. So likewise to discharge their our stress activities, the feelings, etc. These things will help a lot for the students to overcome these ones. And also we want to shape them 360-degree approach, a complete man. So that way these will be helpful a lot. Then introduce advanced assessment methodologies. So earlier we have the theory examination one, and when you come to practical, they give one practical or they give a cheat to write a practical or to build up a clinical case. And then Viva, the teacher is going on doing, bombarding the first student, and last student will generally not have any questions for the teacher. He will be exhausted with the questions. He will say whatever you know, you tell and go. So these things are used to happen that one. But now we brought out assessment methods also. Suppose some skill is there, you just ask the answer. So then what is the difference between theory and practical examination? So how to assess the skill? So which type of knowledge is there? How to assess it? That is most important there. Otherwise, we may not able to appreciate exactly what we require. So we may teach the learning objectives, but we fail to assess them in the same manner. So we brought out the advanced assessment methods also as per the topic, as per the skill what to assess. So which type of assessment method to use it? This all we defined in the curriculum itself. Then define methodology for incorporating scientific and technological advances and removing outdated content from the time to time. As I was mentioning, some content will be outdated, which is of no use for today. But still we keep that one syllabus, we going on teaching, which is require, we say that one. So for all these ones, and sometimes the scientific, the advancements happens. For example, till now, even the air genomics was taken a very good advancement was there, but it was not included in the syllabus. So now we brought into some developments which are already taken place, we included in the syllabus also. But same time, information knowledge is the dynamic system is going on developing. So we have defined a methodology how we can incorporate newer advances, and also at the same time how we can shed off the outdated content from the syllabus or the curriculum. So this day we have already defined the methodology. And then introduced elective courses, as I told. So when you observe the medical science, so even maybe all ever growing, a lot of things are being invented day to day. So many things, for example, even as the X-ray was invented very long back, then CT, MRI, PET scan, likewise, is going a series of innovations going on happening that one. Because of the association with the allied sciences or the basic sciences. A physicist has joined, electrical engineer has joined, electronic engineer has joined. So then they could be able to develop a newer technology, newer things which are useful for the medical practices. But whereas our science what happened, we have isolated from all these developments or sciences. We never allowed the basic sciences to join with us, or we are not joined with them else, whatever it happened, whatever may be. So because of lack of all this association of the basic sciences, so we could not able to go for innovations or developments in the last many decades. That one. So to overcome this issue and to give multidisciplinary approach for our students, somebody may having the very insight into the technology. So how to develop IO technology or technology. Likewise, we brought out the elective courses now. Depending on the students' interest, they can join the elective courses and so they can get sensitized of the system, and then tomorrow they can bridge up with some people and can go for innovations. So there is one of the again major shift or the innovative idea which NCS will be able to bring it out, and it is going on very well. We can see the students accepting the electives when we make mandatory 3 electives, but almost average is 8 and 9 electives they opted for that one. That shows the interest of students now. So earlier we are not bothered about what the interest of the students, but now when you see the option, they are opting for the elective courses. Minimum 8 to 9 electives each student has joined, though it is a minimum 3 are there. So that shows the interest of that one. Now these electives are going to enhance the interest and also nurture their interest also. Now what are the upcoming challenges? What all upcoming challenges we have? One is, as I say, knowledge poverty. As I told, we have not associated with many things, and there is stagnation of information or the knowledge. So what is our UG education is information based. As I told, we want to give every information, every principle, everything what is described in Samhita, we want to give to them. So this is information based, not the practice based. So when you have practice based, then we will identify what UG require, what PG require, how much to give information or the skills training in the UG, and we will differentiate. But we are never think of, because we also experience with it when you make syllabus, what is the thinking of the teachers? When we give a survey, what is thinking of teachers, I can able to, the NCSM could able to assess the teachers, the level of thinking, the way of thinking also. So now our UG education is mostly information based. We are overcoming now as we brought out the competency based middle education for first profession, second profession, and third profession. So we'll bring it out. This will definitely bring a transformation. Again, PG education is one step ahead with the little flavor of research. They do some research. Again, the same thing they repeat. Whatever they read in the UG, the same thing repeat in that one PG again there. There is no much difference between UG and PG because of the lack of the differentiation and the content and the training. We are not able to give a difference between UG and PG for the graduates and postgraduates. And we are using Pallavgrahi Buddhi. This actually is our chairman's the principles of the wordings. Pallavgrahi Buddhi and then Moolagrahi Buddhi. Next line is how, when and how we can start the Moolagrahi Buddhi. Pallavgrahi Buddhi is, for example, now any information based, for example, genomics has come. So we'll read only that paper and then without going understanding the Prakriti itself. Then is of no application. You can't have, you can't apply even the Prakriti itself and the genomics knowledge also in the practice. So we have to go to the Moolagrahi Buddhi. Moolagrahi, Chitra Moolagrahi Buddhi. Pallavgrahi means Pallavas. Just we take the leaves of the top, and we are not bothering about how the leaves are being nourished, from where they are getting nourishment, etc. Likewise, we say the practices are there, but again the principle is behind that one. So how to understand the principle and how to apply that one. Then what happens? We, though in the change of times, but principle remains unchanged. But we can application may change a lot. So you will apply the as per the requirement, and we can go for the application of the principle as per the requirement, and it will be ever practicing principle it becomes. So we need to think of Pallavgrahi Buddhi to Moolagrahi Buddhi, that we have to develop that one. Of course, for allopathy system, they are parallelly runs there. There is no much problem with them. So they have developed both the knowledge also and even information also, and will become the practice, and both together will be there. And then lack of experimentation. So always we won't bother about it. It says the Samhita told, so we don't do the re-experiment or experimentation or newer things also. We stop that one. The Samhita already explained everything. We need not do the experimentation. There is one of some people's the notion also there. And then we discuss only success stories. This is a major concern actually. And anybody when you ask the Ayurvedic doctors there, they say 100% result they says. and the 100% might have got it, 10% or 20 patients might have improved that one, but they talk about only 20% of patients who got improvement, remaining 80% of patients who not got improvement, or maybe it may be reverse also, no problem. But those who have not improved, for them we never think of. That is actually most important to review the why we are unable to success there. Then it may sharpen your practices also or our understanding also. But we never try to discuss about the unsuccessful stories there. It is a very, very important issue to discuss it. Then adoption of technology is by compulsion, not by choice. When technology is going on, very fastly going on, but we hardly adopt it, and then we, as I told, it is compulsion. In the colleges impose it. Our mobile is very essential. We start using that one. Likewise, we never try to integrate with our systems or practices in the technology so that we can have update our systems also. So these are our challenges also. Then now coming to the future. So the factors influencing future. What are the factors which influence future? Again, this also again our chairman's the ideas are there. These are source of energy. One is source of energy. For example, if you think of invention of electricity or even of diesel as an energy, so how they change it, the scenario changed it. The electricity, even here there are two aspects are there. One is the knowledge and then application also. For example, electricity was invented and nobody was knowing that time how it can be widely applied in different areas or several areas there. It may be thought that maybe lights only, electricity can be given lighting, the bulbs can be done it. But now it has penetrated to every area during course of time. So likewise, it will change the future itself, total scenario change it. When we able to travel across this one, communication, so much of area, one cannot imagine that how much electricity has changed the life. And then demand from the society, and society also. Now, till before Corona, there was no much demand from the Ayurveda for the society. Now society demands, and then the supply also will modify totally. The government also modify their policies, when the public is demanding that one. So society demands again, it decides which direction we have to go in. Otherwise, you develop something else, society won't accept it. So it happened that one. Then advances in science and technology, as I told you, electricity, computer has come now. And then digital, artificial intelligence is coming now. So we need to embrace the technology, and that will modify again our approaches of future aspects will be there. We have to study what the science is going on, development is going on, happening, with how you have to forecast it. Then we have to think of in which direction we have to start today now. Otherwise, future will be some other direction, we will be in some other direction. So we need to think of. And global scenarios, there's a demand from society and global scenario, both are almost in the one aspects only. So the global demand will attract in which direction we have to proceed, what is the strategy of that one. Then future could be not be only one only, it can be a different alternate will be there. For example, Ayurveda is only one system once, and later on several systems may happen. Now presently we have allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, then naturopathy, Unani, Siddha. Likewise, in India only, many systems are there. When you go to different countries, different systems are there. Likewise, we cannot say that only one system will evolve it, or some systems may go back and only one system may remain also. Likewise, they have alternate, the future may have alternate systems also may develop it, or alternate features also may crop in between. Then flexibility in application, as I told. So we need not think electricity was invented. We need not think that electricity is meant for only this one only. Or some Boyle's operators or something else. Boyle's is a principle they were developed it. We use in the cookers also, in the kitchen cookers also we use it. Same thing will be developed in some other area. Likewise, when the principle is developed it did not be meant for the same purpose only. It can be have multiple the applications, so that we had to be very, very flexible in using that one. That means we had to adopt the developments which is happening in the scientific developments. Then the speed of development versus speed of time. So this also again our chairman's statements will be there. The speed of development and speed of the time. So time is constant. There won't be any changes in the time speed. It will be the 60 seconds, 1 minute, 60 minutes, 1 hour, whatever this may be, the 24 hours is a day. So that will be a constant only. It will not going to change. But speed of development may vary. For example, I say X-ray was found in 1895. Then within a short time, nuclear magnetic NMR came. Then maybe within 5-10 years, ultrasound has come. Within 2 years, fiber optic endoscopy has come. Likewise, the developments will be very. We need not spend that every 10 hours or 10 years only one will be invented something. It may be 10 years it may take, 20 years it may take. Even imagine there were telephones. The landline was maybe some decades it was their only landline. Then pager came. Pager was only a few very short time. Then mobile has come. Mobile has how many revolutions come in the mobile cells? Mobile going every day one something happening that one. So that way the time is constant, but the developments will not be constant. The development will happen maybe long time, short time, or even the application of the same. Invention is one, but application will going on multiplying and expanding to many areas. Then that way we need to think. So we need not have only one direction. We have multiple directions we have to think of. And today's innovation, tomorrow's tradition is again, for example, you say blood sugar. It was yesterday we had to go to laboratory for blood sugar. But today, in every household, the blood sugar testing instrument is there. Everybody. Then today, for even fasting blood sugar, postprandial, people will not go to laboratories. They will do in the home. Only HbA1c, they have to go to laboratories. So, like this. Similarly, our Katibasti, today it is a Panchakarma theatre procedure, but tomorrow it will be a home procedure. Because the engineers are working on how to develop a Katibasti instruments. The moment instruments are successful, it is going to be home practice. No longer the patients are going to come for Katibasti, Janubasti, Griyobasti, etc. into the hospitals there. So we need to think of that one, and always we think, well, Katibasti, this can be done in my theatre today. 50 patients may come for me. This much money we ensure, but it may tomorrow that become a question mark now. So likewise, then we have to think of what we have to do it, how we have to progress it. So that way we need to think. And development and implementation. So one is sometimes development, and then you have to implement it. In come to medical education and medical practice, it is vice versa. Sometimes medical education, by research based, we will develop it in the education, then we go to the practice. Sometimes medical practices will develop it, and we have to implement in the education. So this vice versa it happens. Sometimes our education may not be revised totally, and medical practices people started to it. For example, even Swarna Bindu is there. And the genomics also, we have developed already. Then we are including the education now. So likewise, it may happen. Medical practice, then we have to bring it to education. And sometimes educationist may develop it. We have to bring it to take it to practice. This both can happen. And the expected changes in medical system and practices. Of course, there is a talk on this one, but just to give a background so that I can explain how we have to think of in the teaching. For that all I am using here, but there is a talk there in detail that respected speaker may be talking. And here tomorrow our medical systems will be boundaryless, as we have the allopathy, Ayurveda, Hidispati, Daspati. This all will go in and become multidisciplinary. It is going, they are going to become it. Just like a one world, one healthcare system. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, what we are going to promoting. So that going to happen it tomorrow. And care delivery, from the hospital to clinic or the doctor centric. Now presently we have to go to a doctor or go to a hospital or a clinic. So that is going to be changed into the self-diagnostics, self-assessment, self-monitoring and self-medication or medication with advice, telemedicine. Likewise, these are going to change. Then telemedicine is going to come into major role going to play. Then robotic surgery. Surgery is again, the robotic surgery is gaining importance. Tomorrow, mostly robotic surgeries will be there. And then organ transplantations are going on. Now, synthetic organs will be developed. Already a lot of work is going on in this area. Synthetic organs may develop it, or organ cloning. People can take stem cells and which organ, your own organ from your body, they take stem cells and they develop it here. Liver you want, heart you want, or the whichever organ you want. They can clone it and replace it to the body. And then 3D printers are there now. Print your organ. So the 3D printers also going to come. Then personalized drugs, which we are promoting through Ayurveda. This is going to come because of softwares are going to develop it. Skills are going to develop it. Assessment tools are going to develop it. Then it will become very, very easy for the personalized drugs are printing. And again, print your drug. When you see this one, when olden days of our practices, or those who are traditionally practicing Ayurveda also, they keep maybe around 20 or 30 herbal drugs, powders, and maybe 25, 30 of basmas also. And as per the patient need, they used to compound, including the dose variations also. So that was actually our practice was there, print your drug, it was in our practice. Now again, it is going to come back with the technology based now. And then gene manipulations will be very, very common now. Genetic engineering is developing, and this also a common scenario in the coming days. And then expected technological advancements in the medicine. So brain-computer interfaces, directly a computer can study what is going on in the brain. It can be interfaces may happen. And then wearable, non-invasive, the sensors. So already we are using the mobile also and watches also, which will read most of the vital data. And then here we can have the biomarkers also. Even hemoglobin will tell. So what are things? There will many aspects of our body changes. The wearable, the gadgets will record and you transmit to your doctor or the healthcare professional. And then sensors that track vital signs. Now we are having smart health card. So then we may not be able to carry, just like our Aadhaar card and ATM card, we have to carry our card, health card, which contains even your Prakriti Sara, which when we are already going to develop it. In fact, CCRS was planning this one to issue a Prakriti health card to everyone. That would not really materialize, but tomorrow it's going to come one day. Having the ATM health card will have our Prakriti Sara, etc., all the basic information. Then nano robots, which will be sent into the body, which will repair inside the body and comes. And then the smart toilets, that means the moment you bubble evacuates, it is going to read maybe the gases there or the consistency as we told Ama Pariksha. That will be done by the toilet and will inform to you that your bowels are clear or there is some defects are there. And so big data analytics, etc., human genome engineering, as I already told. And we may migrate to Janma Patrika, Kundali to Genome Patrika. So we may get our genes, which genes we are defective, which we are going to get it all. So that way our Genome Patrika may come, it will replace our Genome Patrika. So these are the developments going to happen. Now coming to middle education programs. Because of all these changes when you see, then how we are going to change ourselves, or we have to plan ourselves in the medical education. So as I told, the needs are going to change. Personalized medicine there is going to practice on. So we need to migrate from the very long courses to tailor-made programs. Polydietics are there, some other things are there. Because large data analytics are going to come and they're going to forecast the changes what is happening in the medical field. The disease trends, it will show it. But presently we don't have the huge data. Totally all medical records are going to be digitized, which will be subjected to study by artificial intelligence. So that is going to happen when that is going to tell you which directions infections are coming to control, or viral is going to increase, or bacteria increasing, fungal infection increasing, or heart problems increasing. So this will be getting the directions from the artificial intelligence analysis, data analysis, and then we have to forecast our programs also. So we have to migrate from this fixed long duration courses, BAMS, 5.5 years, etc., to tailor-made programs. So as per the data analytics going to indicate to you, then we have to tailor-made the program. Then only you will be able to meet the requirement of the society. Then credit systems, the credit banking and carry forward. Here, for example, the dosha, dhatu, srotas, they are basic ones. They are not going to change, whatever things are there. So these one we make credits. For example, the fundamentals. Dosha is a few credits, dhatu is a few credits, agni, srotas, few credits. Likewise, this will be there. So whenever program you join later on, so these will be carry forward there. Once again, you need not read. For example, one program you made, one diploma in maybe dietetics, etc. you join. Then tomorrow you are going for some other the programs you are joining, occupational conditions. So these credits will carry forward there. So you need not read once again in that program. You directly join to the first, second year, or after one semester, lateral entry. You are permitted to join. So that way you save the time. You can have multiple programs can be done by you or by the students there. And then we'll be going to have integrated programs, UG and PG together. Now you complete the undergraduation, then again wait for the PG entrance, write PG entrance. Almost 8 months, 9 months students have to waste to join a postgraduate program after UG. When you have integrated program after UG, you migrate to PG automatically. So then you will save a lot of time, and we can also minimize the duration also in that case. As I told, the credits will migrate that one. So some credits we need not, some topics you need not teach in the again PG. Directly go to the one semester ahead of that one. So that way we have to plan for UG and PG integrated programs. Similarly, PG and super speciality. as we propose for DM courses, PG, MD and DM together. Instead of 3 and 3, totally 6 years, we have 5 years only. You can done it now, PG and DM courses. So when you can integrate programs, you made it out, it will be much comfort, and then students will reduce the duration and we can produce the most efficiency also. And then short and multidisciplinary lectures, the programs also, as I told, tailor-made programs. So this will be a multidisciplinary programs as going to come. They will be short, 1 year, 2 years, etc., going to come. It's having all systems together. It's multidisciplinary programs will going to come. See, one program I show here, propose here. This is a BMS, the multi-degree program here, multi-certification program for BMS program. For example, you see here the certificate, first 2 years is a certificate program, is a diet and lifestyle counselor. Our Swasthavrutta will be brought to the first year only, in the first this course only. After having the basics, Rachana, Kriya, and in that also what is required, that much content is there. And then we will be giving the diet and lifestyle counselor, the healthy lifestyle, Prakriti, Sara, Samvarna, this all will be taught to the students and how to counsel them. So that will be done. So then if he can have horizontal or vertical migration. If you go to horizontal, he can join as a lateral entry, as I told. He need not join a occupational therapy is joining, or yoga or rejuvenation therapy is joining, next level course. In that one semester, he need not join first semester. He can directly join the second semester onwards. He can continue the course. Here, horizontal, so that he will be from the basic course of diet lifestyle to the advanced course of dietetics or occupational therapy or yoga or the rejuvenation. Likewise, we can have multiple options can be done for them to have the lateral entry for them, horizontal migration. Otherwise, he can go to the next level of vertical migration. Then BMS only, he continues that one, next level. Next level means here diploma. After 1 more year he spent, he will get diploma there. That means here Rashastra, Bahijikalpana, Draviguna will be taught to them. So he become an entrepreneur in that one. So he can go and start a pharma industry or a raw drug business or what a cultivation, etc. He can do it. Or if you want to go to the next level, he can go to B Pharma or medical plant botany, and drug, raw drug cultivation, diagnostics, Ruksha Ayurveda. Likewise, we can have one more course where he can join the lateral entry after 1 semester to the other courses and he become qualified in that area. So, otherwise, he can go to the vertical movement next level where he can go to the graduation completely after 2.5 years of the complete course. That means here 2 years, then 1 year, 3 plus 2.5, 5.5 years, become BMS graduate. Then he develops technical proficiency. And then he can go to the next horizontally again. Maybe a dermatology small course will be there. Maybe a rejuvenation small course will be there. Likewise, he can go to the again a small courses. He can go to 6 months to 1 year courses. He can join and get proficiency in respective areas. Or he can go to vertical to the post graduation. So this is way we this is all my proposal, which I think of bringing the BMS graduate to them more meaningful way. This way, when it is going to be operational, then we will see that one. But here the proposal is flexibility in migration. Students can have multiple exit and entry points, and also to carry forward the credits is possible here. He will go to the horizontal migration or vertical migration, and whenever he stops it, he will have some competence in the hand. He's not but the BMS. If you leave the 3rd year, you are nowhere in the place. You go to the PUC level. But here, after 2 years, if you stop it, you are going to get one certificate. You can do. The people can survive with that one. Or next time he go there, he can develop an industry. Or he become complete, he can become a BMS graduate. He can go practice. So that way is a multi-level or multi-certification program. I say this. This is a proposal only. And similarly, as I told, all systems will lose their boundaries and they will have the integrated approaches are there. Here, I am saying the common foundation course, fundamental course for 2 to 2.5 years. The common foundation, it may be of allopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha, Irani, Savarikpa, homeopathy. Altogether, what all the basics required. So that will be taught as a common foundation course here, 2.5. That means here, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, microbiology, basic pathology, and basic pharmacology will be taught this one. So then we have system-specific course for 3 to 3.5 years. Provision for graduating in multiple systems. So because this is already done it now, Now a student after this one join allopathy, he'll get MBBS. Then again he may join Ayurveda also, but again he will do the only 3.5 years only. He will not do again 5.5 years now. This is a common thing for all the systems. Anything he can do a multiple programs also. He can integrate it also, and then he go to the higher studies specialization, either interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary. They can have next level. So this is also one of the proposal which I propose. This also is a common foundation course, then specific graduate course, then the super specialization may happen in here. So this way it can be thought of also. This can be a futuristic idea. Then coming to the teaching and training infrastructural materials, what we are doing now, virtual augmented reality, and tomorrow's because of sophistication. The patients may not allow the students to experience on them, and then we need to depend on virtual or augmented reality or the simulation laboratories. All even the wards, they need not go to the same ward only, because ICU again every time going coming else not possible, OT may not possible. So we need to have virtual the hospitals, virtual wards, virtual patients, virtual OTs for the training of the students itself totally. So then for the practice, they may the internship etc. They may go there. So this is going to become there. Virtual or augmented reality hospitals or patients and wards and OTs are going to come. Then the teachers must be capable of training in this technology. Otherwise, the teachers may not be find difficult to teach them. And the simulation laboratory. This is going to be must actually. Already NCSM has made it mandatory, but is going to be expanded day by day, and the need also will going to increase. And then more simulation going to happen. And we are in the process of developing simulation technology for our Ayurveda people, Ayurveda itself, because our Dhatu Poshan Nyaya. Yes. Okay, I'll be completing. Then teaching and training methodology, the technology driven. There's a question of, can we replace teachers with the robots? Certainly no, we cannot replace the teachers with the robots, but teachers of non-tech savvy, they will be replaced by teachers of tech savvy. Here now teaching and training methodology, hybrid mode and teaching. That means theory we teach online, and then we discuss the physical online, the theory will be online, and discussion hours. They'll come to college for the discussion of the clarity of the topics, and then practical and clinical will be physically. So that is going to come hybrid mode of teaching. And then teachers will be more of how to use the gadgets. Now the gadgets are going to more. So the teachers will be trained and teaching mostly how to use the gadgets, how to analyze the data, how to extract the, likewise this is going to be changed from the our present teaching to the next tomorrow. And surgery we have teach on how to use the robotics. So likewise is going to come. The virtual patients is going to come there. And to summarize, the Ayurveda academics in 2050, mostly technology driven, and then those who have Mulagrahi and Pallavagrahi attitude will only sustain, and multidisciplinary in nature, integrated programs with tailor-made or need-based, credit banking and carry forward, multiple entry-exit points, horizontal and vertical migration, flexibility in duration of the courses going to happen in, and then hybrid mode of teaching, and the clinical training will be virtual augmented reality. This is a thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad sir, for this very informative lecture in today's morning session. Thank you very much. Now I request Dr. Mohan Joshi sir to give his comments for today's session.
Honorable Chairman, Dr. Sujata Kadam Madam, Chairman, Dr. Wagh sir, and today's speaker, Honorable President, Dr. B.S. Prasad sir, and all the audience, those who have gathered here in the Knowledge Hub, Pune city. So, first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting us, and Prasad sir has put up truly, he has canvassed a complete information with the futuristic 2050 ideas, including from samhitas to artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and the future plan. So sir has almost touched each and every area, from knowledge, skill, attitude, future trainings, future programs, and how NCISM is working in the lines, in the sync, to bring this interdisciplinary, intradisciplinary, and probably the futuristic global education in the field of Ayurveda. Considering the time constraint, I am also eager to listen to the chairmans, so I will stop here with a thank. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi, sir. Now I request Dr. Wagh, sir, to give his comments for this session.
BS प्रसाद सर ने बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से आयुर्वेद शिक्षण के बारे में बताया है। उनका अपना थिंकिंग है। NCISM में प्रेसिडेंट बोर्ड ऑफ आयुर्वेद से पहले उन्होंने KLA में जो काम किया है शिक्षक के नाते, वहाँ का उनका बहुत सारा अनुभव है और बहुत सारे प्रयोग भी उन्होंने वहाँ किए हैं। इसका एक उदाहरण जो इलेक्टिव्स लाया है उसका अभी एनालिसिस हुआ है 1 साल होने के बाद में, तो बहुत ही अच्छे परिणाम उसके हैं, प्रभाव भी है और रिस्पांस भी बहुत अच्छा है, ये देखने को मिलता है। NAC के लिए उसका फ़ायदा भी हमें है। CCRS से मिलके कुछ प्रयोग अभी हो रहा है। UG स्टूडेंट्स के लिए स्पार्क जैसा है, PG स्टूडेंट्स में भी है। आयुर्वेद टीचर्स के लिए पब्लिकेशन ग्रांट का भी है, वो भी बहुत अच्छी तरह से चल रहा है। एजुकेशन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में प्रिंसिपल्स का ट्रेनिंग निपा के साथ में हो रहा है, वो भी आयुर्वेद शिक्षण को आगे बढ़ाने वाला कार्यक्रम है। अभी हॉरिजॉन्टल टीचिंग की बात हुई है, तो जो सेंटर ऑफ नेशनल इम्पोर्टेंस है जामनगर का, वहाँ ये शुरू हुआ है और गुरुकुल की सिस्टम जो आगे आने वाली है उसमें भी इसका हमें इसका प्रयोग देखने को मिलेगा। हील इन इंडिया, हील बाय इंडिया, ये भी चल रहा है, उसका भी प्रोपोगेशन ऑफ आयुर्वेद के लिए बहुत अच्छा वो प्रभाव सिद्ध होगा। सर ने बात जो की है कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस आया हुआ है और वो चॉइस नहीं है, वो कंपल्शन है। अभी मॉडर्न रेडियोलॉजी जो है वो रिप्लेस होगी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से। तो हम अभी ये बात कह रहे थे कि हमें अगर आयुर्वेद के सिद्धांत के आधार पर एक्सरे देखना है तो अभी तो वो शुरुआत होगी। एक्सरे, CT स्कैन, MRI, ECG, 2D को, ये हमारे सिद्धांतों पर अगर हम करेंगे तो ही उसका फ़ायदा होगा, क्योंकि मेडिकल प्रैक्टिस और मेडिकल एजुकेशन के बारे में जो बोला है, अगर प्रैक्टिस में आएगा तो ही एजुकेशन में आएगा। और आयुर्वेद का भवितव्य अगर अच्छा होगा तो ही आयुर्वेद एजुकेशन का भवितव्य रहेगा। एक बात बता के मैं कंक्लूड करना चाहता हूँ। US के हेल्थ सेक्रेटरी ने ये बात बताई है कि आने वाला शतक जो है वो आयुर्वेद का होगा। उन्होंने भविष्य नहीं बताया। US में, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में जो सेलिब्रिटी है वो नॉन इन्फेक्शन डिसीजेस के लिए जो ट्रीटमेंट लेती हो आयुर्वेद की ट्रीटमेंट है और उसका परिणाम अच्छा देखने को मिल रहा है। इसलिए उन्होंने ये कहा है अगर आने वाला शतक आयुर्वेद का होना है तो हमें जी जान से इसके लिए प्रयास करना पड़ेगा और फिर हम आयुर्वेद हर संभव ये विश्व के गुरु के स्थान पे हो सकता है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Kadam madam to give her comments and conclude the session.
Respected dignitaries present over here, today's speaker Dr. B.S. Prasad sir, Chairman Dr. Surya Kiran Wagh, Co-Chairman Dr. Mohan Joshi, and my gurus present over here. This was a wonderful session which was given by Dr. B.S. Prasad sir. It was very informative and insightful and the challenging also, because he has elaborated very nicely what will be the situation of Ayurveda education in 2050. And we came to know there are a lot of challenges before teachers also. So the new teachers who are entering in the academic field, be ready for whatever the challenges he has mentioned in his whole speech. And he has covered the whole aspect of Ayurveda teacher. I worked in this field, I'm working in this field since 27 years. And I know previously there was no change in syllabus for many years. But nowadays, the syllabus is rapidly changing for Ayurveda, undergraduate and postgraduate, both the courses. Because we have to collaborate all technology, whatever modern tools and technologies available in this field, and we should integrate Ayurveda education with all these technologies. So Dr. B.S. Prasad sir did the wonderful job of opening batsman of this association's first session. And I thank organizers for inviting me as a chairperson in this session. Dr. B.S. Prasad sir and myself both are going to Ahmedabad. So actually before the booking tickets, I have called Prasad sir that whether you are coming. So he agreed and I booked the tickets, but 11th hour cancellation. But the COVID had given us an online platform and we could hear Dr. Prasad sir. So thank Dr. Prasad sir and all organizing team for this wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Now I request Dr. Shinde madam to felicitate Kadam madam by giving a trophy and bouquet. I request Dr. Anand Madgundi sir, Treasurer ATA, to felicitate Dr. Wagh sir. Now I request Dr. Zondhale sir to felicitate Dr. Mohan Joshi sir. I am very much thankful to Dr. Wagh sir, Dr. Sujata Kadam madam and Dr. Mohan Joshi sir for gracing as chairperson and co-chairperson for this session. Thank you.